everyone. A very warm welcome to another exciting episode of Psychology Talks. And today's episode is very special because I'm doing it with my special friends, Valerie and Barbara. And today we will be talking about our upcoming educational international symposium on innovation in education. So thank you, Valerie and Barbara, for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Ambrina. Super excited to be here.
Thank you so much. So excited. This is the first time
Yeah.
we're doing something like that.
Yeah, I'm so excited. It's I shared a couple of posts before that when when
Yeah.
like-minded people come together, magic happens. And I'm so excited that we could actually take that step to create something for the to bring about the change in the world and to do
Yeah.
something good for the world. So I'm so excited. Anyways, those who don't know, I think Valerie and Barbara, I think I'm not gonna. I usually give the introduction of my guests, but I think this time I just leave up to my. I wouldn't say guests; these are because they are my friends. So please introduce yourself. I'll start because Valerie is just next to my window. So I'll start with Valerie. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Ambry. And I'm super excited to be doing this with you and Barbara. And I think this is just so important. We came together last year to talk about like what can we do to for things that need to make change. And I am so passionate about having important conversations, helping uplift other people, and education is a big important piece of that. And so I was thrilled when we talked about having this summit to be on board. And a little bit about me, if you guys don't know me, I am the founder of Two Mamas to Love, and I have a podcast. I'm writing a book. My first book will be coming out in the summer, early summer, so I'm super excited about that. Yeah. And but really my platform is about embracing imperfection. Love is a verb, as well as mental back roads and highways. And so that's a little bit about me.
Yeah. So Barbara, up to you.
Welcome, everyone. I am professor. I teach in education department. I teach undergraduate students, graduate students who are teachers, who would like to be teachers. So that's my main job. But I also am an author and I am a therapy dog partner. I am trying to do what I can to spread awareness about the value of therapy dogs and other therapy animals in education, because I've seen firsthand, using my own eyes, what this practice can do for children and also for teachers. So it's very important. And I just launched my podcast. It's called Get Inspired with Dr. Barb. And I'm very excited about it. It's just amazing to start something like that. And it's just following you because you are both podcasters.
Yeah, that's really good. So yeah, I mean, I can't imagine that last year when we had our summit, the Meant to Be Well summit, we were together, like me and Valerie were doing the summit together, and then we invited Barbara, and then from there on, I think we get this idea that because we all are passionate about, especially to bring about some change in the education system, because we had this kind of vision. We see that the current system has some flaws, or you would say that it's a bit outdated. It needs to be updated because the current system is almost 400-year old, and there are so many things that is the system currently is not helping kids to bring out the best in them. And like as Barbara mentioned, that she has witnessed with her own eyes that when she brought the therapy dog, kids started behaving changes. It started to behave very differently. Their behavior changed, everything changed. So she thought that we can actually do something about it, where our kids can actually do something better with their abilities that can help them in the future also. Oh, I think that's Carmel. She wanted to actually be part of it.
Carmel is approving everything you say in her brain.
Yes. So that's really, so I think she is also the Carmel. Those Carmel. Carmel is a dog, and that is her therapy dog. That's her partner, right? Look, I mean, I'm so glad that she made her actually presence known.
Ah,
So, yeah.
If she doesn't
So
stop barking, I will go and gently ask her to stop barking. Well, let's see how it
that's fine. Let's her here in the background. So let's talk about a little bit about your therapy dog activity in the classroom. That how it transformed.
So, just to really say something in a nutshell, together with a wonderful collaborating teacher, her name is Lucinda. I always have to talk about Lucinda because I work not by myself and not only with my dog, but it's the collaborating teacher who is working with us and who is willing to do something different every time we get together in her classroom. Right now it's fifth graders, but we work with second graders. For a couple of years already, we've been collaborating on doing something different. So that means um, instead of just bringing my dog and having my dog in the classroom, children petting my dog, whispering to my dog, which itself it's amazing and it can make incredible impact on children's learning as well as anxiety, their well-being. But we're doing more things. We are incorporating my dog in math, in writing, and right now in social studies, like
Wow.
history and geography. Actually, that's how in the United States we call these two subjects as social studies, and also science. And what that means, for instance, my dog is becoming more like a teacher assistant. For instance, for math, I remember we did, the teacher prepared laminated leaves, like full leaves, but you just make them, you make a paper leaves, you laminate them so they don't get ruined, and you just like spread them around, and the kids are picking those leaves. Each leaf has a math fact, like let's say 1 plus 2 or 2 plus 2, and they pick several leaves and they show them to my dog, and my dog
Wow.
will sniff one of them, and that way choosing which math fact the child will do. So the kids get so excited because they say, look, Carmel picked that I'll do 2 plus 2. And then they work on the math fact, and then they go and match this math fact with the proper answer. And then they call Carmel and me, and they say, Carmel, could you come and choose my and check my answer? So I come in with Carmel, and she either sits or wags her tail, indicating that this is the correct answer. So the children are just so excited. Right away, somebody just screams, Carmel's wagging her tail. I'm right, I'm right, I'm right. And there is a lot of movement, action, and working together. And it's important to note, though, it needs to be done with dog's agreement, with dog's willingness to do these activities. She needs to feel comfortable and will need to be interested in doing that herself. But it really works. It's amazing. Everybody's entertained. Everybody learns more facts. And we have kids who like math more than they did before. The kids who are very weak as far as math skills. So that's an example of this innovation, which is actually very simple when you think
Yeah.
about
Yeah, I think these innovations are simple. It's just a matter of we need to think out of the box to see that how it can link. And I think the simple things are actually always not that simple. It is like you need to think hard. So yeah, coming back to like Valerie, right? Like we last year we were doing these kind of summits and this time we all three together doing the what is called the International Symposium.
it.
So this is going to be really big thing. So I think I'll leave it to the Valerie to actually describe what is this event about, so our audience will get to know about the event better.
Yeah, absolutely. So we had talked about, there's so many summits out there. There's so many events out there that are just, they're fantastic. There's so many fantastic events, but we wanted to figure out how can we think outside of the box a bit? How can we do something a bit different and have it be more memorable? Kind of like what Barbara is doing in the classroom, like bringing Carmel into the classroom, having a summit that's just innovative, people doing and teaching innovative things. So we had talked about how can we incorporate that, and so we came together and have just incredible speakers that we invited on that are also doing amazing things. And I want to pull up, I don't know if you guys have the schedule up, but if you go to the link to register, it has everyone on there. And who do we start with, Ambry and Barbara? Do we pull up the schedule?
Yeah, it's sorry, I don't have the schedule with me at this moment, but it's like if they actually go with this forum, innovative learning forum that we created, it's so we decided that we can actually bring all those thought leaders and all those people who are actually taking some innovation currently in the education system, because I know that as we were discussing about this education system, as like people know that my son has also written a book and he's very passionate about how he can actually voice his frustration with the education system. So that's how I actually get into the picture of doing something with education, because to be honest, it was not my focus before my son actually brought it to my attention. So that is how I was just trying to see that, okay, how we can add some value to it. And that's how we actually came together. And as Valerie said, that, we wanted to make this summit or this event different from the rest of the one, because, there are lots of summits happening. They may be telling you this about the system again and again, like this education system is about teaching the same way. People are introducing lots of things, but there has to be something creative, innovative, like Barbara introduced the therapy dog. So and similarly, there are lots of people doing some innovative ways of educating their students. So we decided that let's bring all those people together and let's make an awareness. So people who may be, for example, who are teaching in any school, or parents who are eager to actually teach their kids in a different way, they will be the right audience to attend our summit, because they will get to know that how just bringing some different ways to teach kids, it brings out the best in them. I mean, I also saw it firsthand, because when I was working with my son, he actually pointed out lots of things that, how he felt frustrated. And because he can only share his frustration, he doesn't know how to tackle all these things. It was my idea that, okay, that if he's his stuck in this area, how I need to help him out. So I saw the differently. I mean, I didn't witness in the classroom, but I saw it with my son that, how his thought actually channel in a different way. And it is I mean, it kind of, when you just direct your kids in a right way, they actually blow your mind that how they can do it. Literally to me also, I never thought that my son could write a book, but he was just helping, and he did it so fast that we actually completed the book in just 1 year. And he could actually did this in like 2-3 months. Like, he was done with it. It was my job that I was needed to go to the cover design and the publishing. These things that took time. Otherwise, he could do it so fast. But that's what I was just thinking, that it's just a matter of changing your routine way, and you see the result. It, it changes completely, and that's what we want to tell all people, that it can bring, if by just changing your way, it can bring a lot of good result and good impact on the kids as well.
I
So
agree. And actually, because you were asking, Ambreen, who's first? Dr. Taylor Chastain Griffin. She is she's amazing, because I mean, it's not so easy to just say, well, we need to change the way we do things with children. Let's say therapy dogs. Not every school, teachers, administrations know or understand uh, how to even do it. How do you bring therapy dogs to school? I mean, they can learn about the benefits, but how do you do it logistically? It's not an easy thing to do. But if you have access to resources and reliable and responsible ways of doing this practice, and that's what Taylor is going to be able to talk about, because her organization helps those who want to bring this practice to the educational institutions. I know it's United States, that's where the organization mainly is stationed, but the resources they have, anybody can email, ask her about, do you have any recommendations how we can do it in our educational institution in order to help kids. This practice alone can help so much, but you just have to know what to do, how to do it.
Yeah.
I love that because that was my first question. Maybe not my first question, but one of my first questions for you, Barbara, when we talked originally when I met. I'm like, this is the coolest thing, but how can I get this into my kids? How can we do this and the logistics of it? And I think that's what's just so neat about thinking outside of the box and the curiosity, the safety aspect. I mean, and a lot of my background is in the medical field as a nurse practitioner, but I see dogs, I see different, we have to educate in those type of ways too. And you're not going to be learning a thing if you don't feel safe. And I think that's like a big thing about what all of us, and all these amazing speakers are talking about is that safety aspect. And but also like what are the logistics of how do we do this? How do we know this is helpful, but what do we do next? So I'm so excited to hear that.
I love that, Valerie, safety, right? If the child is not feeling safe in school, then the learning also is not going to really be easy.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, this is something that that's what we've seen that, kids want to learn more, they have this curiosity, but the problem is that the curiosity is actually kind of snubbed because they have to follow certain path which is actually given by the teacher or given by the system. So like they want to go out of the box, but the system put them in the box, and that's how they actually lose their curiosity, or they lose their passion to learn more. I think that is one of the things. So I also want to talk about that what kind of the challenges we face during organizing the summit. So let's talk a little bit about it, that what happened and how we actually face some setbacks, challenges, or something like this.
I mean, I think that's a good question. I mean, I think that's something that whenever we organize summits, we have to make sure we can get all these moving parts and all this stuff together. And that's what I think is so cool about what we're doing and what we did last year with Meant to Be Well. What we're doing here is just creating a space, figuring out how can we get there's so many amazing people doing incredible things. How can we get as many people together as possible to talk about all this stuff and to really spread awareness of it. So I would say that's like the biggest thing of how do we, there's only so many hours that we can work with. That would be my answer to it.
I agree with Valerie. There is a lot of moving parts. If it's not so easy to understand what's behind the scenes, right? If you're not behind the scene, you don't know what's involved until you are behind the scene, and then you're like, wow.
Oh, wow. Absolutely.
I think that, and just going back to Ambreen said, that there is a lot of initiatives, there's a lot of events. I mean, on social media, think about it. Everybody wants you to participate in their event, right? And I understand it, but I think we are doing something different, and we are doing something for the first time. So I think there is a challenge of how to spread awareness about it, how to involve, how to get more audience, right, who would be willing to come and devote at least just like half an hour to listen to their speaker of their own interest. They don't have to stay throughout the whole symposium. We would love that, but everybody's time is very precious. So I think that also with that challenge, we have wonderful audience even right now tuning in
Yeah.
live. If
Yeah.
you could help us a little bit with that, we would definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah, I'm so glad that Lygia is joining. Jackie, thank you for
Yes,
joining. And Carrie, it's
Gary.
good to see you, Carrie, too. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I would just say that like, I have attended a lots of like events as a guest speaker. So it was so easy. Like, we get everything beforehand. Like, we get the link, we got the like the posters and everything. But when you get at the like behind the scene, as you said, when you actually change the role, then you realize there's a lot of effort uh, is put in at every step, that what kind of platform we will be streaming, what kind of place we will be having, like especially like I know that we came together last year, and they were like small steps, like having that place, like the website, the landing page, and these are the things were like also new to us, and it took a lot of I would
Yeah.
say efforts, and we learn a lot from this. So like these are the things, although we take for granted when we are actually going to the other events as a guest speaker, but when you start doing it, the little details actually needs to be given proper attention.
Mhm. Well, and I think that's a great point that you make, Ambreen, of like we are learning a lot. And isn't
Yeah.
that what all this is all about? Like we have
Yes.
to sometimes step outside of our comfort zone and learn new things. And I am so thankful that like
Yeah.
we are learning all these things. And I think that's just so key about education in itself is like it takes baby steps. It takes little steps, but gradually, that those baby steps become stronger. And I think that's so key.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Lee. Yeah, we love you too. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for the love we're getting from you.
Guys are
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
so awesome. I just
Yeah.
had Lydia on podcast. It was just absolutely wonderful to
Oh,
speak to her.
Amazing.
Yes, so that was like my second episode. It was
that would be
amazing.
great.
And
Yeah.
also, StreamYard is a new platform for me. As far as streaming. I don't use it. I use a different one for my podcast. So again, how do you do things in StreamYard?
Yeah. Absolutely. This is, I mean, these are the things that, I would say that a lot of people have that ambition. And I would like to emphasize on that as well, that, a lot of people have ambition, they have vision, but these small steps actually put them behind, hold them back, because, it's not easy to take all these steps. It's not easy to actually do all these things. But the thing is that everything happens when we take action. I mean, literally, we've been if we keep thinking about it, then we will never learn, because we learn by doing things, and also that gives us confidence. I mean, confidence doesn't come like by just thinking. You just can't do anything if everything is in your mind. You need to take action, and that's what I really love about Valerie and Barbara. That that's why I love taking actions and doing things together, because we decide and we take action, and then we learn along the way.
Yeah.
I think that's how it is to be done. I mean, if we keep thinking about it, if we just say, "Oh my God, these are the how, and how can we do that?" It's not gonna happen. I think
Mhm.
that is the beauty of I would say working together, and that is the beauty of learning together.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
parable of the five frogs of like the five frogs are sitting on a ledge
Yeah,
and that four think about jumping. How many
yeah,
jumped? Oh, it's like thinking and doing. I like that parable.
yeah.
I agree. I mean, I've jumped into all kinds of things in the past. It wasn't always a good jump.
Yes, of course.
And then from that.
You're just learning from that, and that's what you need to focus on, right? You still
Yeah,
gain something from it. You've learned,
yeah.
and now you're ready for another jump.
Absolutely. You may even break your leg while you're jumping, but that is also a learning experience. That that next time you won't take a jump that way. So I think that is one thing, and that's my motto this year also. Like, because I've been thinking about lots of things that okay, I can do this, and I said no. I think this year I need to take action
Mhm.
and just do it, and let's see that how it where we end up. Maybe like maybe I just forgetting this quote. I think if you wish for a moon, I think you'll catch up the star or something like this. So I think if if you have the main essence of the quote is if you think big. So if you won't be even to if you won't be able to even reach to that big goal, but you will reach, even if the little part, it would be much bigger than the rest of the the crowd. So it will make you stand out. So I think that is the beauty of thinking big and taking action.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I think
yeah,
uh it's so key. And also I am thinking of like some of the other people that will be coming on. Like they are doing so much action too. Like with Dr. Gina Anderson, like she is doing
Yeah.
so much incredible work. As well as Dr. Jen Fraser, Robin Simpson, David Dibble. They're doing a panel together on courageous kindness. And who else we have? Barbara, I know.
yeah,
We have Joanna from
yeah,
Finland. She'll be talking about Finnish education and simple things that we can implement. Finnish education is still booming. They still
yeah,
show incredible results throughout the world.
Wow.
And then we have Dr. Amy Havrilak, who is doing incredible technology based and collaboration based learning in her high school, and it's amazing too. So we have a lot of incredible speakers, and they kind of like all over the spectrum of innovation in education, but that's
yeah.
what makes it cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. We have like Perry Naupertz. He's the founder of like Octopus Movement. Like he'll be talking about that how we can bring this the non-linear aspect in the education to bring out innovation. Then we have Dr. Justin James Kennedy, who is the who is a like neuroscientist, like, and then he's brought together the community of neuroscientists, and he wants to add fun to the education and learning. So like, although this, he always talk about this precademia, like that means like there is always there is a thought that theory doesn't have this practical aspect. So he wants to make theory more practical, and he will be talking about this. And in the other part, which also I'm very looking forward to, is the children's panel, because I think this is the
Yeah.
first time that the children will be speaking, and they will just tell us that how what they want to what actually excites them in learning, what
Mm.
they want, how they want to learn. So it's all about some getting different aspects, different angles, that how they can how people are doing differently in education system. So I'm very excited, I'm looking forward to it, because all the speakers are amazing, and I know that whoever will be attending, they will get a lot of immense like value out of this summit. They will learn that how actually they can make some difference in their way to teach kids. So I'm really excited about it.
I
I
have
am.
to just quickly add, is that okay?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, definitely, definitely.
we're going to have someone too, Terry, who will be talking about animal assisted play therapy. This is
Wow.
something that even in therapy, animal therapy area, not even everybody hears about it. Animal
Mhm.
assisted play therapy, something
Wow.
very, very interesting. And also, my collaborating teacher, Lucinda, will come in as well. So that will be really cool to know more about what we did with Carmel.
Yeah.
I
That is,
I'm curious, Barbara, if Carmel will be making an appearance because
Planning it. I
yeah.
have to I have to gather some high value treats. So
yeah,
maybe
we get
Yes.
retreats.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. So
Yeah,
thank you, Terry and Lydia. That Kids
And
should be
parents panel
Oh
as
yes,
well, because Carrie just mentioned about kids panel, but Carrie, there'll be also parents panel. How about that?
yeah, yes, because parents also need to raise voice to share that what frustration they have, because it's the thing is that the kids are evolving into different direction. We have different expectation as parent, and then the teachers are training kids in a different way. So like it's all of these like three things like going in a different direction. We need to bring together to find a proper solution, so we all of us go in one direction instead of like pulling apart in different direction. So I think that is I hope this is our main objective, that we go in a right direction instead of going in a different direction. Yeah.
It's kind of like I think about in the kids' classroom, especially the younger ones. And I'm not a singer, but they sing, the teachers, stop, look, listen. I'm not even going to try to sing it, but it is kind of like that's what we're doing right now. We're just stop, look, and listen as to what's going on with education, who's doing this incredible work. Let's bring them together. Let's listen and stop, look, and listen. So anyway, that is kind of like what I keep thinking about. It's more than just in the classroom. We're kind of bringing all these people together to listen and then to do something about that. What do we do next?
I love that. Stop.
Yes, stop, listen.
Yes.
I gotta learn that.
Yeah.
If I had my flute, I'd play that, but then it would be a little.
Yes.
But it is that, like, just taking that pause and saying, what are we doing in this current system, and is it working? And can we be doing something better? Can we be doing something different? And listening and seeing where we can go next.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I know that like when we three together, we can go on talking, and especially about this topic, which is close to our hearts. So, but the time of our show is limited. So I would just request everyone who is listening to our show, either like live or recording, please go to this website, Innovative Learning Forum, and register yourself. Seats are limited, so please, it's a priority. Register yourself and show up on the day, and you will learn a lot. And this is, as we mentioned earlier also, this is not just another summit, this is not just another event. This is kind of different, so I'm sure that you will gain a lot of benefit out of it. So please register, and thank you so much for all the people, especially Lygia, Carrie, and Jackie, and whoever even will be listening as a recording. So thank you so much for joining, and hope to see you on 22nd of February at the International Symposium on Innovation in Education. And thank you, Valerie and Barbara, for joining. And thanks to all those who joined. Thank you, and bye-bye.
Thank you, Ambreen. Thank you all. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.